Hi everybody, this is the Math 30-1 functions review, and this is question 15. Algebraically solve the following expressing all answers in exact form. Okay, here's our equation, x to the fourth plus 3x cubed minus 11x squared minus 23x plus 6. Oh, a lot going on in that question. Okay, well, I got to factor this. If I'm going to solve this algebraically, I have to factor it. I'm not even going to pretend at this point that grouping is going to work. I'm just going to jump right into the factor theorem. So what works out nicely here is that I'm just looking at factors of 6, and that doesn't actually leave me with a whole lot of options here. That's either going to be x plus or minus 1, x plus or minus 2, x plus or minus 3, x plus or minus 6, just factors of 6. So now what I've done to expedite this is I've plugged in the equation here into my calculator. So now I'm going to quit. Whoops, sorry, I turned it off. I just meant to quit. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use the function notation feature here, if you will. So vars over to y vars, and I'm going to choose the function option. So I'll just press enter, and I put the equation in y1. And so now I'm going to just enter it in. So I'm going to plug in 1. See what I get? Negative 24. No, I'm looking for 0. So instead of going through that menu again, I'm just going to press second enter. Go back and change that to a negative 1. 16. No, I'm looking for a 0. I'm going to go back in and I'm going to turn that into a 2. No, I'm looking for a 0. So I go back and I'm going to plug in a negative 2. That's what I'm looking for. So I know right now, if I plug in negative 2 to the function, I'm getting a 0. That means one of my factors here has got to be x plus 2. And so now I'll do my synthetic division. So I'll put the negative 2 outside here. And this will be 1, 3, negative 11, negative 23, 6. Okay, so we're going to bring down the 1, multiply by the negative 2. There we go. Add. And the nice thing is we just get a 1. Negative 2, okay, add, and I will get negative 13. Multiply by negative 2, okay, that's going to be 26. Add, but I'm going to get 3, negative 6, and I'm getting 0. Okay, good. It's exactly what I needed to happen there. Okay, I'm getting a remainder of 0. So now I know that this can be written as x plus 2 times x cubed plus x squared minus 13x plus 3 is equal to 0. Now I would love it if this could be factored really easily, maybe using grouping or whatever, but again, just if you look at those last two terms there, it's just not going to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from scratch here again. Whoops. And I'm going to go into my into my y equals, and I'm going to put in this second function here. Okay, actually I got to take a quick look at it here. So I'll clear that out here, and I'm going to plug in x cubed. What have I got here? Plus x squared. Okay, minus 13x plus 3. Okay. Now I'm going to quit, go back to here. And I'm going to hit second enter again because all I've done is changed. Okay, I've just changed the function in here. So I'm going to go through and plug these things. Just go back through and change these. Now the function has been changed, so the calculator knows it's a different function, even though I just pressed second enter. Now I plugged in 1, negative 1, 2, and negative 2 into the previous equation. It didn't work. But if it didn't work there, it's not going to work in this new one that I created just as a factor of the old one here. So I'm just going to keep going here. But what's nice about this is this actually really limits my choices because the constant term here was just 3. So my options here are plus or minus 1, plus or minus 3. Well, I've already checked plus or minus 1. So now I just plug in 3, and there it is. Falls right in my lap. So I know that one of the factors here has got to be x minus 3. And so now I'm going to do my synthetic division, so I'll put the 3 out front. Okay, I'm going to get 1, 1, negative 13, 3. So bring down the 1, multiply by 3, add, multiply by 3, add, multiply by 3, add. Okay, and so now I've got this worked down here to x plus 2, x minus 3 times x squared plus 4x minus 1 equals 0. Okay, I know that this is going to give me negative 2 as a root. This is going to give me positive 3. And what are the factors of negative 1 that add to 4? I don't see anything here, so I'm going to have to use the quadratic formula. So this will be negative 4 plus or minus the square root of 4 squared minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is negative 1, all over 2 times 1. Okay? So this is going to be negative 4 plus or minus the square root of, okay, 4 squared, 16, plus 4 is 20, so this will be root 20 all over 2. Okay, I can simplify root 20 as 2 root 5 all over 2, which means that this can all be broken down, whoops, as negative 2. I can divide both of those coefficients there by 2. Now notice, not the 5. Don't worry about the 5, just the 2 up front here. So this will be negative 2 plus or minus root 5. So there are my solutions in exact form. Negative 2, 3, and negative 2 plus or minus root 5.